become best friends?
Yup.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
Big part of friendship.
I like you. Do you like me?
I do like you.
You are my friend.
You're a nice young man, and I am your friend.
Shut up, Pete. We're not friends now. I don't need you anymore.
You're my best friend.
Friend requests.
The friend request?
Why you ain't accept my friend request, bro? But you don't want to be my friend.
Hello and welcome to the Friend Request. It is Chloe Madron, your host, coming at you from Melbourne. Huge, crazy Melbourne, Australia, if you're unfamiliar. Just dropping in at the top of the episode to say hello, introduce the guest, and let you know that, yeah, we're on the road, okay? The fort looks a little janky again. Better than I think last time when we were in Melbourne. But this is just what we're doing. Also, okay, if you're watching on YouTube, yes, the rumors are true. I'm in a suit. A little bit different from the usual, a little bit different from the PJs. But once you see my guest today, you'll understand why. I had to dress up, okay? This is very exciting. I think you're going to love this episode. You would have seen this guest everywhere, all over TV, on Taskmaster New Zealand, on Thank God You're Here. He's been all over a bunch of Australian things. Have you been paying attention? Like, oh my goodness, he's a star. Please enjoy this episode with today's guest. It's Ray O'Leary.
How close is
How close to the mic?
Yeah, like
You're
this.
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
It'll pick it up.
Am
It's
I
a
in?
good mic.
Am I in shot if
You're in
I'm
shot.
leaning against
You're
the
in
wall? Because
shot.
I will need to lean.
No, yeah, you're
Yeah.
good. This is on my head, but this, you know, we're doing what we can. Thanks for coming in.
No, thank you so much for having me, Chloe.
Oh my god, of course. I dressed up for you, as you said. Yeah.
Yes, very. Yeah. Do you sleep in a suit like I do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, of course.
no.
I mean, because I'm all about business.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're
As you are.
girl bossing even in your
Girl
dreams.
bossing, yes, except mine's a girl suit,
Yeah, of course.
a
Yes.
goot, if you will.
Ooh.
I hated that.
Awful name. It feels like I don't know if this is a thing, but it feels like anytime a woman wears a suit, it's always a power suit.
It is.
Is it possible for a woman to wear a suit and it not be a power suit?
I think maybe because it's got a dress under it, it's maybe not a power suit.
Oh, your
It's
one's
a slut
yours.
suit.
Well, I wasn't going to use those. So
I will. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. I'm owning it.
Yeah, you could slut shame yourself, not me. I'll just listen to it and agree wholeheartedly.
No shame about it.
Yeah, no shame. About it.
In fact, I probably should have some, but no, yeah, that's a good point with the girl suits though.
Thank you. It's what I think every time I look at Hillary Clinton,
Yeah,
who I look at
often.
often, constantly.
You think power,
I think power and I think suits. Yeah. And
yeah.
I,
lizards,
and
maybe?
I think, thank God she lost. We got the right guy in charge, finally.
So, Trump 2025, yeah,
The election's this year,
yeah, but
you also
doesn't go
you
through.
mean he'll win this year, and then also in 2025 and 2026.
Oh yeah, okay, Trump 2024 then. I actually follow it quite well. That's really embarrassing.
I just found out the Olympics are in 4 months.
4 months.
Isn't that crazy?
Is that in Brisbane or is that the next one? That's the next one.
I think
surely.
is the Brisbane one the one that's been cancelled or whatever, or like
Was it?
yeah, the breaking news on Chloe's podcast. I've cancelled the Brisbane Olympics. Back it up, team.
You've cancelled it.
I've cancelled it.
Why?
Yeah,
You're doing shows instead?
they had some problematic tweets.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, Brisbane did?
The Brisbane
Oh.
Olympics. Yeah.
Absolutely no surprises there.
Yeah, no, Brisbane, the Olympic, though it's Paris. They're going to
Yeah, right.
Gay Paris
Oh.
in France.
That's suitable.
Yes.
Olympics are pretty gay.
Okay, look, I'm not going to sign off.
Hey,
Look,
what?
you can think that.
Are you implying that gay's bad? Gay's great.
No, I'm not. How did you put this back on me? How did you?
I'm a wordsmith. Gosh, well, I had no idea about the Olympics, but I've never known when it's on, even when it's happening.
Yeah. It's yes, no. I met a boxer.
Ooh.
So good luck to her.
Oh God, housekeeping's knocking on the door.
Does your bedroom fort normally get housekeeping?
No, not
I
normally.
really don't want the cleaner to come in and see me in this position.
No, I might go just tell
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
I'll be right back.
Do I just make chit chat by myself while
I could cut it.
while you're gone? So how's everyone doing? Yeah, just asking if she needs service. I mean, pretty nice.
And I do.
Yeah, you do. You do.
the place myself this morning.
Why are you cleaning your own hotel room?
Well, they were meant to come back yesterday,
Yeah.
and then they didn't.
Oh.
They said today was too busy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they said we've got to come back today. I said, please, I'd love a clean place. They didn't come back. I had to buy my own toilet paper for a hotel.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you not go down to reception and ask for it, or does that feel
I probably could have.
too vulnerable?
Then they know. Then they know I'm pissing.
Oh, that's yes. Women need it to piss. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I was
yeah.
carrying it around last night, and I went out. I was
You're
on
carrying
my.
the toilet paper. What do you mean, like out and about on the street?
I finished a gig. I was gonna go home, and then I bought toilet paper, and then I ran into some comics, and they were like, "Come have a drink." And I had it in a bag, thank God.
Oh, phew,
But
phew.
like Rathy saw it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, shh, don't tell anyone. And
Rathy loves to go through women's bags, by the way. He'll go, woman, don't leave your bags unattended by him. He will.
he will. He'll go through them, and
go through 'em. He'll
he'll
rifle.
scrutinize it all.
Yeah.
He's an honest man.
Yeah, look, to be fair, if you do find toilet paper, that does raise questions.
He said it was fine. He said it looked like paper towels from that perspective.
Oh, good. I mean, why did you bring paper towels to the bar? It's still,
That's a great
it's
point.
still an odd question.
I did have to remind him though, because boys see it. They think it's embarrassing because they think it's for poop. They think
Yeah.
it's for poop.
Yeah,
But
that, yeah.
I'm like, I'm a girl. I
Yeah.
use it to pee. Okay, I would
That's-
never.
No,
Like my boyfriend Jacob makes me carry
Congrats.
it. Thank you, thank you. I'm very happy.
makes you carry it?
He makes me carry the toilet paper when we grocery shop.
Why is that? Because he thinks
Because-
it looks less. Do you not get a trolley? Or
Or usually a basket.
a basket? Yes, of
Yeah,
course. Yes,
yeah.
they feel like they're phasing out the trolleys.
Yeah. Which is a bit of, I don't know. I got over the trolley as soon as I wasn't able to get in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's the real purpose.
Yeah, you can still get in them. They don't like it. but
They
you
hate
can,
it.
You can
and
still get in them.
you can't fit as many groceries. That's for sure.
Well,
Did you know? Sorry,
how much toilet paper were you carrying?
a pack of 4.
Okay, yeah, that's a normal amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
For how long you'll be staying here.
Yeah.
That's,
Imagine if it was
so
16.
you've bought a jumbo 26 pack. Because you save, you could take that back home. You could fly back to Sydney with
I
that.
probably would
Yeah.
too. I love to save a bit of money. It's terrible though. I realized I don't know why I was talking about this with my boyfriend, but he said, "Oh, I'm still on the same role since you left." I said, "Oh God, he's going to find out how much of it is used by me."
Oh, he's able to do the math.
He's going to see the imbalance. You
Yeah.
know, there's the wage gap, but then there's like, okay, there's the toilet paper gap.
Yeah, exactly.
We're making up for
Yeah,
it.
you women have a lot to answer for.
We do.
The paper ceiling.
Because we're splitting it in half. You know, groceries split in half,
Yeah.
but if you actually knew.
You're burning through it. Yeah, ever since I've started living alone, I realised how much my flatmates were, using that, doing their awful business in there. I don't like to think about it, but they were,
No one wants to think about it.
yeah, no, but they were just horrid. They were just, what they were doing
Horrible
in there,
people.
the amount of paper they were using.
Were they boys or girls?
This was a boy. There was the last one. It was just me
Yeah.
and him lived together.
Oh, that's
so,
awful.
So now it feels like it's a huge saving in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank
really
you.
exciting.
Yes, thank you. do people normally come on this podcast and talk extensively about toilet paper?
Not this much.
Okay, yeah.
There's usually a little though. It's kind of
Oh,
a
yeah.
segment.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah.
the listeners have gotten used to it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
kind of they demand it.
They
if it
do.
doesn't.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome,
They're
guys.
very upset.
Yeah.
So you and I met like this time last year.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. Yes, we met last Melbourne Comedy Festival last year,
Yes.
which was 2023.
That's true. Thank you
Yes.
for that. In case people are listening back, you
Yeah.
know, years from now,
Yes, yes.
they've got to know.
But yes, we met at the I recall we met at the Festival Club
Yes.
in Melbourne.
Yes.
A beautiful place.
Beautiful
Yes.
place.
Downstairs, if I recall correctly.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she's just confirming it has a downstairs area. You don't remember. Don't act like you.
No, well, I was wondering because I remember mainly seeing you again when we were just walking through the street.
Oh,
but we
that's
had
right.
already met.
Yeah.
And I was like, but at which point did we already meet? Did someone introduce us?
No, I think I'm just sort of such a charming and charismatic figure.
are.
You were drawn
I was.
to me to
Oh
say
my
hello.
God. I said,
Yeah.
hi, How you going?
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
What's
and
going
I sort of brushed you off. I don't have time.
He's a clout chaser.
Yeah, I'm a cloud chaser.
Now that I got a few followers, you're
Yeah,
like, we can talk.
Things are different now. I've come crawling back, but back then, when you're in the artist only bar, it's just a matter of who's the most famous person in the room.
gosh.
And some. You didn't have a podcast then. Things have
didn't.
changed, but I was
Things have.
back then. I was looking. Where's Tim Key? I got to find that guy. Where's Osher Gunsberg? Is that his name?
I had dinner with him the other night.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, invite me. That's all I want in this world is to have dinner with Osher.
It was crazy.
Really?
It was crazy.
Is he?
Is he what?
Well, I mean, can you disclose what he said at dinner?
I mean, he dropped the Logie that he won for Australian Idol.
Okay. So when you started to say dropped in my head, you're going to say the N word. You're going to say,
Not that
Osher
bad.
said the N word.
No, I mean, I don't know if he doesn't drink. So.
Oh, does he not?
No, he's
So
sober.
he said it. He said it sober.
He said it so. Good
He said it
God,
in
I'm going to
full-
get sued.
He said it in full consciousness. Yeah.
Harder. He's going to sue me. This is a joke. This is a joke. This is-
Osher with a hard R. That's
God. You joke about the festival club, but my gosh, it is a little bit like that, isn't it?
no. It's it's genuinely like that.
It's genuinely 100%
genuine.
like that. So, like, for the listeners who aren't in the know, the festival club is an artist-only bar.
Yep.
And it's just the vibe. Everyone's looking over their shoulder.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not because I'm normally the most famous person
Obviously,
in the room.
obviously.
I don't have anything to gain really by being here. It's
You're
just-
keeping your head down a
Yeah,
bit.
I keep my
You're getting
head down.
embarrassed.
Yeah, to me, it's actually quite a humbling experience being with them. It feels like I keep in touch with my fellow man, really, the peasants and the great unwashed of the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
It's very good of you.
Thank you so much.
It does feel shitty though. I popped in like the other night just because I had time between stuff, and it felt gross. I just but it wasn't for this reason. I got
felt
in.
gross?
I looked
Was I there?
around. No, no. I just got in, looked around, and went nah, and then turned around and left. But it wasn't because I was looking for someone famous. I was
Because
just.
you already had dinner plans with Osher. You're like, I'm out of here.
I had a.
Is there someone better I could bump Osher for?
No, it's not my style. No, I was looking for friends.
Sure, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I wanted to see if anyone was out, anyone I knew.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, shush.
yeah. I know what this artist bar is like. It's vicious. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah. No, it's a fun place. It is actually quite nice.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It's been better this year that I've found at least. I've only been
really?
there twice, but yeah.
Why what was so bad about it last year or in previous years? I've only been to this is only my second time
Yeah.
doing the festival.
Well, it's only my second time here as well.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe it's literally just that I'm a older, more secure person and feel better,
yeah, good.
and also have more friends.
Interesting.
'Cause of this podcast.
Because of the podcast. Okay. Yeah. I was like,
And my fame.
and
of
your
course.
fame, yeah.
That'll make you secure, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is embarrassing, but it does do that. Like, doing comedy.
Uh-huh.
It's especially when I started out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt this, but I felt you're deeply insecure about
Yeah.
how funny you are,
Mm-hmm.
and you like I don't know, me and like. I had unhealthy relationships with other people, because
Yep.
it's more competitive. It feels competitive when you
Totally.
start out because you're like, I need to get these gigs, try
Totally.
to get better and try to get staged, try to get noticed.
Uh-huh.
And no one's making any money and it's just ego. It's just
Oh,
it's
it's
just
a mess.
awful. But now, things are going okay for me. And now,
amazingly.
I think I'm going really well. I'm going great.
He's killing it.
Yeah, you're lucky I'm here.
I am. I know.
But that brings certainty, and stability, and so all that stuff just goes out the window, and you don't.
100%.
And now, I feel much better, much mentally healthier. Now I only get into competitions, arguments with open micers for fun.
Yes, of course,
I
as
don't-
you should.
Yeah, I'll crush them like a bug. But
Spreading fake rumors.
yeah,
That's
exactly. Yeah, so Osher, he.
good. No, stop. He's gonna sue. Yeah, I saw someone from Brisbane, which is where I started.
Congrats.
Well, actually, thank you.
You're welcome.
I did start in Melbourne, but
Oh, congrats.
only a few gigs, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I moved back to Brisbane. But you know, that's where all the toxicity was, because that was the first few years. And I ran into this person who I adore, but like one of the first things,
It was Osher.
one of the first things this guy said was just so aggressively mean about another comic, and I was just like, oh, stop.
Okay, great.
What are you doing?
Great. Who was the comic? What did they say? Who did they say it about?
Tell you after.
That's all we need to know. That's all.
And it was in front of a friend who he hadn't met, another comic from Sydney.
Oh,
And I'm
bold.
like, I know.
Bold.
I'm like, dude, first impressions.
Yeah.
What?
First impressions is great. I got to hang out with this guy.
Oh my god. I mean, you'd love him.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he sounds toxic. He sounds like my kind of guy.
Yes. He is. He's like, I want to move to Sydney, and I'm like, maybe don't. I don't know. Give it a second.
Because you're Sydney based, right?
I
was
am.
going to ask, is the Brisbane comedy scene close? But I feel like that story has answered the
Too
question
close.
for me. It's too close.
Too close. Yeah, because it's so much smaller.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's kind of incestuous. Everyone's in each other's shit. and
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's been amazing being in Sydney compared to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, other factors obviously in life that have just been better.
Yeah.
But Sydney's so big, like geographically as well, but also so many fucking amazing acts. Everyone kind of just has their friend
Well,
groups.
agree to disagree on that, but
Wow. Okay. Have you even been
okay. Let's.
to all of the gigs?
All right. Let's see. So there's Becky Lucas.
Yes. Cam James.
Oh yeah, Cam James,
Yes. Beck Charlwood.
and then there's
Oh my God! Starting
No,
beef. There is beef on the
no,
streets.
Becca's lovely. We shared a video in Sydney last year. She's very funny.
delightful.
Yeah, and a very successful YouTube special which you can check out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Called Bipolar Baby. Go check it out.
She says the N word with a hard R in it, so watch out for that.
That should get some more clicks.
Yeah.
No, there's some gorgeous people there, and it's like, I don't know. There is, there's gossip and all of that sort of stuff, but everyone still just kind of does the gig, hangs out if they want to, if their friends are there. Otherwise,
Yeah.
just goes home, and everyone's too busy to kind of get too
Yeah.
into it.
That I feel about the Melbourne scene. I don't know
Yeah.
if Sydney's similar, but Melbourne, I feel, not that it's essential, but not many people seem to hang out after shows. Not many people seem to stick around for a drink. Whereas in Auckland, which is the comedy scene I was in last before Melbourne.
Of course, yes.
Yes, thank you. And you've done your research. Yeah.
I looked up your wiki page.
Oh god, that Wikipedia. I don't know who made that. But
It's weird. People are out there.
yeah, but I would describe it as frighteningly accurate. Is how I would.
So cool.
Yeah, I know it's
Creepy.
yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, I got my friend to try change my age on it.
Yeah.
To 38 years old, like increase it by several. But it has they figured it out. They worked it. Was,
Too smart. Actually, when I looked, it said this year. I think it was 91 or 92 or something as your birth. So they don't know.
yeah, they don't know.
They have
yeah.
no idea.
Anyway, I'm 27 years old, so so that's
It's a mystery.
yeah, so that's 96 or 7. So put that on Wikipedia.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you very much. But yes, the Auckland comedy scene, I don't know if it was so much smaller. So again, it was, I guess, similar to the Brisbane scene. But I did enjoy that about it, is that, everyone knew each other, everyone was
Yeah.
friends. There was also really only one venue to do comedy, and
Oh, wow.
there's only one comedy club basically in New Zealand. There is this one in Christchurch, but there's definitely only one in Auckland, and that's the one that's been around for 20-something years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so everyone hangs out there.
Yeah.
There's one hub. Whereas
Yeah.
in Melbourne, there's 3-4 different regular gigs.
Yeah.
And just the scene is so big. You see people, and it's always nice to see them, but it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like hangouts happen as much.
Totally. I think that
Is
probably.
Sydney the same?
Yes,
Yes, okay, good.
absolutely. I do think it has also something to do with just where people are at in their careers as well.
In my head, I was thinking there's also something to do with
You. Your personality,
I'm-
okay?
There's a reason why people aren't warming to you.
No, I think that where you're at in your career makes a difference too. When you're starting out, everyone's just eager and has nothing else on.
Yeah, you're young. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to go to my day job. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know.
Today it's like I got to get up. I got to film this bloody podcast with Chloe.
I know.
I can't hang out.
I'm calling it 5 a.m. Wake up.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, we've got an important meeting. Put your tie on.
Put your tie on and get into my blanket fort.
How has it been since you moved to Melbourne? I wanted to ask
Well,
you.
that's private.
Wow.
All right, we're ending the podcast. I'm
See,
walking out.
the fort normally is set up so much better so that people are really open and like get really vulnerable. But because of this, like, traveling setup,
Yeah.
I don't think the magic's working.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Fuck.
I've seen what the set's been like in the past. And when I came in here and saw this shonky second-rate production, I thought there's
Yes,
no way my walls are coming down. There's no way. I can't be vulnerable in these conditions.
God, I'm gonna have to mess with it for the other more important guests.
There's no way. You got Tim Key. You have Tim Key.
don't have Tim
You've got Osher Ginsburg.
I
You're gonna
don't
You're gonna have
have
to censor that one. You got to get the other. Got to get out the buzzer. Got to do a lot of editing after that. Get ready to bleep.
God, that'd be so funny.
I've never met Osher. I don't even really know who he is.
Fair, no, you're
he's
not
like
Australian.
He's like a TV host. Like
He hosted Australian Idol and The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
huge.
Anyway, I probably won't get to meet him after this, but
I do think he's scouring the internet for any mentions of his name.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh dear,
almost
oh,
certainly.
sorry, what were you going to ask about?
I was going to
moving
ask,
Melbourne?
you moved to Melbourne like what, a year ago?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, maybe 2, maybe 3. Put that on Wikipedia.
Fucking hell, mysterious man. Jesus Christ. No, I was going to say, is it easier to move to a new city and make friends when you're on TV?
So great question.
Thank you.
So I will say it's interesting because I started doing comedy in Wellington, New Zealand's capital, and then I moved to Auckland, which is New Zealand's largest city, and I don't know why, but the culture shock from moving from Wellington to Auckland was far, far greater than moving from Auckland to Melbourne.
Oh, wow.
And I do suspect probably a part of that is I moved to Melbourne after having appeared on Australian TV, after having been paying attention, and I do wonder if that helped factor into it. I had also already done Melbourne Comedy Festival,
Yes.
so I met people like yourself, and
Wonderful.
and yes,
Lucky.
yeah, yep, yep. And anyway,
Don't look down so long. I did nothing wrong.
but yeah, I do think comedy for starters is just a job that's easier to make friends with.
100%.
Because you're always out in bars.
Yeah.
You are in social settings, so it is easier to hang out. And like, even though I was just asking, complaining about it, but it is a friendlier environment than like being an accountant or having an office job where you kind of work silently in your own silo, and then you go home and you don't see them in these, like, I don't know.
Also more honest because we don't have to be so professional.
Yes, true,
You know?
true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
there's no bosses really.
Yeah, there's no bosses. We learn a lot of intimate details about each other's lives from watching each other's sets and stuff. So we're already just like, it's borderline trauma bonding.
Yes, and also I mean, maybe this is being arrogant, but this, like, in theory, comedians should be funnier than the average person, so they should be more enjoyable to hang around. I don't know.
Yeah.
Easier to get along with. They should be naturally charismatic or whatever, So
Who's
anyway,
not?
Pardon?
Who's not?
Chloe Madron.
Fuck! This is terrible. This is going to be terrible for my brand. Oh my God. The requesties will come after you. That's what they call it. That's the listeners.
The requestees.
Yeah.
Also, I should say, I also think the Sydney comedy scene is actually very good. It produces a lot of comedians that I think the style of Sydney comedy, I think I might prefer to Melbourne comedy even.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, and then the other thing is, being on TV. So one is, I get to do. Oh yeah, I do think it helps. Like I do think there's like. It's not like there's no who is this guy, because I don't know. I guess there's like maybe people have seen reels or whatever. Or
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And so there's also like, because the other thing about comedians, and it's not good that we as a class of people do this, but I do think comedians as a rule do tend to not really talk to someone unless they've seen them perform and seen them go well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've felt that, but I've definitely felt that myself.
Yeah.
When I was starting out, and I mean, part of it, I mean, sometimes it's kind of rational, because you meet so many people and you're like, who are the people who are going to stick it out? And like, if they're good,
Yeah.
So in some ways, there's some ways to justify, but I mean, it's pretty rude.
It's crazy.
It's rude.
It's crazy.
I suspect it's worse in like places like America and the UK, but
Yeah.
it happens here as well. And so if you've been on TV, I don't even need to, they don't need to see me do a gig. I can be like, oh, I've got.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You've got credits. They know it.
Yeah. So it does help, which is
Totally.
which is it's not great. It's not great, but that's just the way the world works. I feel that it I'm not trying. I'm not trying
No,
to.
you're
I'm not trying to
right.
brag or anything. I just, But
I asked
have
you the
been,
question.
But I have been on TV a lot.
He's been on so much,
So-
and like you're so funny on it.
Oh, thank you.
On everything.
Thank you very much, Chloe. That's
crazy.
too kind. That's too
Oh
kind.
my god!
But-
I was prepping for the podcast, and I was just like watching some of the clips of you from like Taskmasters and Thank God You're Here and stuff, and I was just like, "Fuck!" So I was just started watching them for fun,
Oh, thank you.
instead
Oh,
of
thank you.
I was like, "What can I learn about Ray to ask him about?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm just laughing. This is
Oh,
great."
Oh, thank you, Chloe. That's very good. I'm glad there's
So
one
fun.
person out there enjoying them. That's good. There's one person watching for fun.
It's sick. I mean, Taskmasters and Thank God You're Here are both just like very fun concepts, but
Oh,
like
yes.
makes all the difference with the right person.
Yes, no, yes. Taskmaster is probably the best job I've ever had in
Yeah.
my life. It's
Oh.
yes, it's. I mean, if you ever get a chance to do it, I highly recommend it. And to
I
all the
wouldn't turn my
listeners,
nose up at it.
You wouldn't. Wow, that's very big of you.
Thank
That's-
you. I know.
But yes, I've worked on it behind the scenes. Now, after having done the show, I've worked
Yeah.
behind the scenes on the show. I've worked, and being on the show is just incredible. And the only criticism I have of the show is that now that I've done it, I can't do it again.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
only problem I have.
Yeah, that does
Yeah.
suck.
It does suck.
Yeah.
It's such
What if you got to be what's the little boy
little,
position called?
The little boy,
The little guy?
altar
like
boy.
Jeremy's guy, like who Paul
Oh,
was, or
the Taskmaster assistant.
yes, the
You
assistant.
mean like if Paul Williams was to befall a horrible accident?
I don't know. Maybe if he were to trip somehow
trip
down the stairs of the
Fest
arts.
Club. Yeah, we and I have pictured the exact same staircase.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Yeah,
oh,
God.
whoopsies.
Yeah, I was at the footy game with him the other day, and
Yeah.
we did have to go down some stairs. And he's,
You had your opportunity.
yeah, I had my opportunity to
Because you'd be so
strike.
good at it.
Yeah, I
Little
think
assistant.
a murder. Oh,
Yeah.
you look like someone who's committed a lot of crimes and gotten away with it. Thank you.
You're hiding behind the hair and the glasses and the
Yeah.
suit.
Yes. I will say. I mean, thank you, but I do have to give props to Paul Williams. He is especially after having done the show, you realize just how good he is. You know?
Yeah.
He's so naturally trained for that.
Yes.
He's perfect, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it is a particular kind of guy. I
Yeah,
feel like he's
like,
a very
yeah.
similar kind of guy to like Tom Cashman doing it on the
Yeah.
Australian one. You know, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. It's so nice being back here. Have like, I don't know if you found this as well. I might just be hormonal, but this year at the festival, I'm like getting the
You want to
tram
have a
home.
baby?
Jesus,
Is that what you-
never. It's not where I'm
yeah.
going. No, just emotional. I keep like having, the gigs are so fun.
Yeah.
But the hangs are so fun, and I keep getting emotional about friends.
Oh, that's very sweet. That's
I'll be
very
on
nice.
the tram back
Ross,
and like,
Chandler, Phoebe, Monica, all of them.
I should
Gunther.
rewatch Friends.
Gunther,
Yes.
Kramer,
Gunther's my favorite. Oh my god! I actually
Michael
sorry.
Scott,
I did hear.
Dwight, Pam,
I heard a guy.
Abid.
I had a guy at a gig last night who was considering sitting in the front row. He was like, "No, if I'm in the front row, it'll be like the Michael Richards set." Well, a white man.
A white
I
man
should
said that.
say.
A white man said that.
I'm so
Oh, what,
confused.
was it Osher Ginsburg?
I'm so confused. I was really, are you gonna say it? Is Heggie gonna say it? What?
What? Oh, wait, are you trying to ask me to say the word now?
No.
Is that- you
Good
want me to?
God,
you
no.
want,
YouTube will demonetize me.
But that's so crazy. What was this gig?
It was
Also-
Luke Haggie's show.
Oh, and he was openly pontificating to everyone, being like,
He
if
was
I
just
sit
in
in
a
the,
line.
if I sit in the front row, look. So the thing about Luke's set, Luke Heggie, is that
Yeah.
he stands there and monotonously talks behind a microphone.
Uh-huh.
And I will say, if you watch that Michael Richards clip, he's pretty active.
He's a very physical
Yeah, he's
man.
pretty emotional.
Absolutely.
It doesn't really strike. It doesn't really feel like it doesn't match Luke Higgie's character at all. He's
Blew my mind.
Yeah. He's such a nice guy. He took me to my first sauna the other day.
Oh, he's the sweetest man in the
yes,
world.
yeah.
Your first sauna.
Yeah, my first sauna. Yeah, it was awful. It was horrendous.
You hated it?
Yeah, I was sweating. I was sweating. I didn't really know what they were. Because
What?
I've seen them. I guess I just thought it was guys kind of hanging. I didn't. The fact that you sweat didn't even really.
Oh,
cross
you were
my
excited
mind.
about the nudity?
I was excited
and
about
the
the nudity. I
boys?
was like, I could show my dick off to Luke Higgie finally.
Absolutely.
But-
That's a win.
Yeah, but Michael Richards, so there's a room here in Melbourne, and the bar did it up, and with no consultation with the room runner, they put up a painting of a comedian. The only painting they decided to put up was of Kramer, Michael Richards,
Yep.
the comedian most famous for going on a racist tirade.
Yep.
And that's the
Wow.
that's the picture that's up in the bathroom.
That's so funny. What venue is this?
This is Basement Comedy Club. This is
Oh,
this is my
really?
comedy venue. I've got a little shrine to Michael Richards.
This was at Basement Comedy Club.
Yeah, Basement Comedy Club in the bathroom.
Yeah,
They do.
right.
I don't know who pulled them up. There are now some photos of Australian and New Zealand comedians
Yeah,
on the wall
yeah,
as
yeah.
you go
Okay.
down.
Maybe the guy who said this in the line had gone to the bathroom. It was just in his head, and he thought it'd be funny.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
But was this at Luke's show?
Yeah.
He would have had to go to the downstairs bathroom.
That makes no sense. Maybe you saw another gig. No, this is. I'm sorry. This is a conspiracy. I'm
Yeah.
so confused.
How was Luke's show?
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, it always is. Yeah,
Obviously.
he's so good.
He's incredible. You
Yeah.
know what he did?
Comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I messaged him the night before. I said, "Hey, do you have room for an artist pass?" He said, "Absolutely." "Do you have flyers?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Bring them along. I'll give you a shout out and you can flyer them at the
Oh,
end."
that's so kind.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
The friendship
Oh,
at this
that-
at this festival going on right now. I'm like, that looks so sweet. You're not
Yeah.
feeling that? You're not crying?
No, I'm not. Well, look, I might not express emotions as frequently or as thickly as you.
I have
but,
bipolar.
yeah. Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. You'll love Beck Charwood special.
I know. I do.
But no, I'm mentally healthy, strong as an ox. And,
Wow. Okay.
no,
King.
Thank you so much. No, but no, I do feel that. Like, I do feel very privileged to be doing this job, and it is like
Yeah.
a dream, my job is to hang out with the funniest people in the world, and comedy festivals, it's the result of months and months of hard work. We've spent the rest of the year writing the shows, and now we get to perform the show, and that's the main
Yeah.
job. And are you crying? Just me describing
crying.
describing
I'm crying.
your career to you?
I have no idea what's been happening. So I just need a little recap, and now I'm emotional.
That, we've spent all year, and now we get to finally display the show. But
Yes.
the other great thing about it is that all our friends have reconvened here. And
Yeah.
they're also doing that, and they're free during the day.
Yeah.
You have your friends going, we should grab lunch. All these people in the city you normally don't get to see. I think I'm going to go to like a Titanic experience.
What?
Yeah, I think there's a Titanic. I saw my friend put up posts about it. There's like a Titanic museum.
Okay.
Where I think you can meet the iceberg. You can,
That seems weird. I feel like a Titanic exhibit should be where the Titanic is. No?
well, some people did try go see where the Titanic was, and they,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Yep.
they died a horrendous death.
Oops. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, thank you. Those were my relatives. I'm incredibly very well to do.
I
I'm
actually
a
did
Nepo
figure
baby.
that. Yeah, no,
No.
you have that vibe.
No, I'm not. I'm from. My parents are farmers.
Farmers,
Farmers
really?
in small town New Zealand.
What do they farm?
Well, my dad. Well, now, they both live on farms. My dad does more farming than my mum. Oh,
Okay.
actually, no. Actually, I take that back. My mum will be deeply offended by me
Oh my
saying
God.
that.
Oh my God.
They're separated. Don't worry. And thank you. And
You're going to make them double separate.
yeah, they'll get back
Yeah.
together and just
Yeah,
have a breakup.
yeah.
And this time they'll say, no, it was your
It
fault.
was.
This time. They cows, like a small amount of cows, sheep. My mum has a small amount of sheep on her farm. Some chickens,
Oh my
We've got
God.
dogs. My mum loves horses. I've always been around horses. I
Nice.
have a scar on my arm. I don't know if you
Oh,
can
yeah?
see it. I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah,
the-
very nice.
It goes from there to
Wow.
yeah, it goes.
Looks very self-harmy.
Yes,
Yes,
it does. And yes, and so
yes.
what I tell people is I fell off a horse.
But
I fell off a horse.
fucking hell. Good God. That sounds, no good. Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, look, it's cool. We all try to get out of here sometimes.
no, I haven't. No,
You fell off a horse.
Mine is purely an accident. I've broken this arm 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, and twice was from falling off the same horse.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, so now.
But you got back on.
Yeah, exactly, which is what they
Wow.
tell you to
That's
do.
what they tell you.
They tell you, and it's horrible advice. Because because you will break your arm. That's the thing, guys. Is if you fail at something, never try it again.
Yeah, that's
Give
great
up.
advice.
Give
That's
up
really, really
instantly.
good.
Yeah. If you're not naturally good at something, just
No, yeah,
stop.
give up.
Give up. Quit. Go home. Pack it in. No. How much do you edit this podcast?
Not at all.
Okay. All right, good,
I can
good.
bleep things if I think it'll get me in trouble on YouTube, but
Okay. All right. Great.
yeah,
Cool.
That's the most important thing.
Okay. Good.
Money.
Good. Money. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to my share.
Yeah, you can contact my friends, my agent about that.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Give
I'll
that
give you
YouTube
a
money.
number. Was like a horse your first friend as a kid?
No.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean?
What do
is-
you mean? What do I mean?
What is that question?
What?
Why was I friends with a horse? Who do I like? Doctor?
Sounds like you were friends with a horse. You were sitting on it.
Do I look like Doctor Doolittle? What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Yeah,
I
you
sit
do.
on chairs. I don't befriend all the chairs I talk to.
Okay, do not. What? A horse is not a chair.
I agree. I agree. A horse is not a chair. A house is not a home. But you can't be friends with horses. They're large, brutish, dumb, easily skittish animals.
What?
I
Okay,
hate
cow?
them. No, you can't be friends with
Chicken.
a cow. They might think they're friends with you.
Yeah.
So and also I'm vegan as well. So I
Sounds like a dig at me, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you've after trying your best in the human world, you've given up and you've turned to old McDonald's farm.
Wow.
But I am vegan, so I'd like to stress that
Yeah.
I don't eat animals. I have great, in some in many ways more respect for them than most people. Mm-hmm. But you can't be.
Yeah, you're better
friends.
than us.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, morally. It's hard for me to hear you from the moral high ground. Sorry, but.
How long you been vegan?
I've been vegan since 2010.
Fuck. I was going to say I was veggie for 10 years.
Oh no! So I'm vegan, so even harder.
I know.
and for longer.
I'm not allowed to be it anymore.
Anemia.
Doctors, anemic.
Every woman. Yeah.
And other things.
Yeah. Oh, other things.
Yeah. I don't process iron very well.
Oh, congrats. That's a very common thing with women. They can't.
Yeah. Maybe we bleed. Oh, I have endometriosis, so I bleed a lot.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Endometriosis is just like ADHD. It's such a fad. Everyone's getting it these days.
Oh my God, I know. It's so annoying.
Everyone's self-diagnosing.
No, I've had multiple surgeries. Thank you very much.
Sure.
When I first got diagnosed, no one had it.
Yeah.
Then everyone's popping up. I saw a fucking ad at a tram stop the other day that said,
Wow.
too much pain, it could be endometriosis. And I was like, fuck off. I'm tearing it down. It's my thing.
It is. Do 10% of women have it? It's shockingly high, right?
Something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm worried. I mean, I haven't had my period in months, and so
My God, I'm so sorry. You got to get checked. Actually, apparently, I heard something about a male version of endometriosis, which is a similar sort of thing of just tissue growing outside of organs where it's not meant to be. But I'm like, you can't call that the same thing. It's very different.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I wasn't. I'm just hearing about it now.
I'm going to fight. I'm ready to throw hands.
But I can't recall who my first friend was.
You
but
can't?
Yeah. I would have had friends when I was in kindergarten and primary school and stuff. But I know.
How do you know? You can't recall it.
Well, now you're giving me a very
Were you traumatized?
confronting philosophical question. No, I think I'm pretty sure research suggests that false repressed memories aren't really a thing. So don't you? So
What?
yeah, someone probably told you, but you probably repressed it. You probably something may have happened.
I'd like to read that paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's quite easy to create. Like memory is so fallible. It's quite
Fickle thing.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a very fickle thing. There's a study where they showed people like photos of balloons, like hot air balloons, and they were like, do you remember when you went on this when you were like 4 years old or whatever? And all the people, lots of them were like, oh yeah, that's right. And they started having false memories about their time on the hot air balloon.
That's
And
awesome.
And that's awesome.
That's so funny.
You would love to be tricked into
No, it just is. It was so embarrassing for them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that does make you quit. I wonder, like, my childhood, did I do any of the things my parents said we did? Or
Totally. I don't trust most things unless I have had confirmation like for the entire time from the whole family. But whenever someone's like asks about a first thing, I'm like, I don't know. It's a memory of a memory. It's all fake. I don't trust any of it. I could have just been fucking turned on at the switch 5 weeks
Oh,
ago.
phew,
Who knows?
Okay. Oh, yes, that does
Who
worry
knows?
me. It makes me panic about like
It makes you panic?
yeah, about like well, not panic. Panic's
Yeah.
a strong, but
Yeah.
there's like for all I know, the universe came into existence 5 minutes ago,
Exactly.
and all my memories are fake.
Exactly.
And,
I love that.
You love that?
I love it. It literally makes me
Does it feel liberating?
it fills me with ease
Oh yes.
because I feel like nothing matters.
Really?
Like, it's all just a bit fun, isn't it?
Oh, interesting. Yes. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just
Are you
repositioning.
okay?
No, I'm in so much pain.
Oh my god, no! I'm so sorry.
Oh no, this is so comfortable.
I mean, you can sit on the pillow.
That's kind of
like
crazy. I
that.
can't believe you find it liberating. All of Western philosophy basically descends from that problem of people being
know.
panicked about it. Descartes being worried he's been tricked by an evil demon.
I know.
This is my whole university
I
career is
literally know that too. I saw that.
Upended by you not minding.
No, I'm fascinated by philosophy.
Sure,
I know.
sure, sure.
I know that it makes people upset, that particular theory, but I just get a lot of comfort from it because it could be that just as well as it could have been a fucking dude creating it. We could be all one massive consciousness. The egg theory, the egg story. That one by what's his name? I don't remember.
I don't know. What's the egg story?
Oh my god, it's Kurzgesagt or whatever it's called, that German explainy science YouTube. I can't
Oh
pronounce
no,
it.
no, I was going to say Kierkegaard, but he's Danish.
No,
he's
no,
a
no,
Danish
no, no.
philosopher.
Some thingy. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's basically like this theory that everyone is one consciousness. We all live and die and experience every single life, and then
yeah.
at the end, once you've done all of them, you're born into like the next stage of consciousness, which is like a god, but it's not a god to them. And then it's like, wow, it's just a really fun theory.
Oh yeah.
I love all of these theories because it all comes back to, well, if it's any of it, nothing fucking matters.
Yeah. I mean, it is liberating to think none of it matters.
Yeah.
But your egg theory sounds like absolute baloney.
I know.
Absolute nonsense.
know. I know, but I think it's cute. It's a cute one when people who are like atheist or agnostic lose someone.
Yeah.
I find I like
You're telling the egg story in eulogies and
at a funeral.
Yeah,
I'm sending them the
funerals.
YouTube video. Guys, just watch this. He's coming back. It's actually you. You're him. He's you.
he's died hundreds of times. So, isn't that reassuring?
But he's also loved hundreds, millions of times.
Yeah, that's true.
It's beautiful.
He's slaughtered millions of times.
But he's
been
also done the slaughtering.
Yeah, done the
Millions of
slaughtering,
times.
fallen off a horse, who knows, countless times.
So many times.
So many times.
Fascinating stuff.
Fascinating nonsense, fascinating rubbish, absolute baloney.
Oh, well, okay. What philosophical idea gives you peace?
Gives me peace.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of them give me peace per se.
Oh, okay.
Is this podcast meant to be funny or can I be grim?
You can be grim. This is
Okay.
definitely both.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. This gives me comfort,
Mm-hmm.
and it's grim, but so there's one of the concepts, one of the important ideas in philosophy. One of the big questions is what makes you fundamentally you
Mm-hmm.
over time. How does personal identity work? How does will you still be you in 50 years? What connects you today with the person who's going to wake up tomorrow in your body? Is there even anything that connects you? Like Buddhists don't think there's really any concept of the self. They deny
Yeah.
personal identity exists, yada yada. And I think it seems to me the right philosophical approach to it is that it's something mental.
Yeah.
What connects you to you in the future is your ability to remember, your ability to have the same personality, things like that, some mental properties going on. And then it seems like, people nowadays are getting to such an advanced age that they start to have dementia and things like that. And so a lot of people watch their loved ones sort of have, start to slow down, break down. And also with dementia patients, you can have quite... their personalities can change quite severely. Like I've had friends whose grandparents, I think, they felt like they couldn't be around. I'm not really sure what happened, but maybe their granddad became a creep, basically.
Yeah, that
I
happens.
think that can happen. Yeah, I'm not a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and I think it does give some solace because if you think to be the same person over time, you need to have some kind of mental connection. Well, if you have such advanced dementia, you no longer really have that mental connection. You know, it's like you've had amnesia or something. You know, you've had the psychological connectedness is gone. So basically, the person you knew has already died.
Yeah.
And
so you can fuck your grandfather.
So you can.
Fine.
you still.
I'm so sorry. It's not him anymore.
It's not where I was going. It's not.
sorry.
It's not even 11 a.m.
You're right. It's horrible. It's too early.
That is- But look, full cards on the table. You
Yeah.
can go to town. On the-
No, but you're right. You can start the mourning process. I think you have to start the mourning process at that point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I think it does make it. And so, I mean, maybe this is bad. I mean, there is still, a human being there that needs to be dealt with. But in
Yeah.
some ways, it can
Put
be
down.
reassuring to know. I don't know that the person you loved in some ways has already passed, and now you
I
Maybe-
don't know.
and
I
you
don't
have to
know.
deal with this meat sack.
Well, yeah, but it's like if someone did physically pass and then you still had to deal with them,
Yeah.
like their corpse or their ghost or something, like that wouldn't be very pleasant.
No. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah,
I think when people pass, you
yeah.
kind of want them to be gone. It's
yeah, that's true.
pretty brutal to keep
They're-
seeing.
Yeah, they're mentally dead, and then they're still wandering around and stuff and making weird remarks. And,
So this is what gives you comfort?
yeah, I'm so at ease.
I'm so glad.
I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my head. Maybe you're right. Maybe my philosophy degree was a waste. Does that make you feel better? Is that what you wanted to hear?
I mean, there's so much stuff on YouTube. You could have gotten it for free.
Yeah, that's right. I could have just Googled the egg theory. Saved myself 5 years.
It's really good. I'll send you the video.
Can't put that on my CV, can I?
tried.
Watch the egg video.
That's why I don't work.
Watch the egg video. Give me a job in the public service.
No.
Spend 3
They
minutes
give
on
you a
YouTube.
podcast. I think it's time.
Oh, that good note to end.
No, to play some sleepover games.
Okay, yes, all right.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what
Okay,
we do
cool,
here.
cool.
Yeah, it's my little way of having a bit of fun.
Sorry, I thought after we hit such a good note of the incest stuff, you thought we.
I mean,
we
it's a
have to
high.
call it.
It is a high.
Yeah.
It might be the clip. No, I don't know if I want to put that on Instagram. No, we've got sleepover games. Are you excited?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. They're very well thought out.
Yes, I bet.
And they're in my little girly book.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
Congrats, girl boss.
Thank you. No, it's what I do.
Boy boss.
Boy boss, obviously. Sorry. Wow. I'm so sorry. Okay. We're going to start with Would You Rather.
Okay.
Would you rather have to write everything you say or only get to talk 5 times a day?
So I have to write everything I say
Yeah.
or only talk 5 times a day.
Yeah.
There was a couple times in high school I did try to go the whole day without speaking.
Why?
Just to see, just to
Awesome.
do it, just to try. And
Yeah.
you write things down and stuff. And,
Yeah. Were you cool?
This is meant to be a friend request podcast, isn't it?
I'm making enemies, aren't I?
You know,
Shit.
I feel like I'm gonna pass silently over that one.
But you're so cool now.
The thing about well, that's also debatable. But the thing about my high school is that in my final year there was about, I want to say, 50 people in my year, and so there was no cool.
Yeah.
There were just 2 different groups of kids.
Yeah.
Maybe really only one group. So
Yeah.
we couldn't have just qualifiers like that. So that's,
I get that actually. I had a very small school.
Oh really?
Very small school. School of
Yeah.
Arts,
Oh, okay. Well, so it's hippie. So. But
No,
I think.
No.
So what is it? You have to write down everything you say, or you can only speak 5 times a day.
5 times a day. And I will allow, considering you are doing comedy.
Yeah.
Oh
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about my job.
my god. Oh my god. No, if you do a set, that's only 1 time.
Okay.
So-
So it's not like 5 words or
No,
whatever.
no. I'll allow that.
Okay. And if I can only speak 5 times a day, I assume that means I can't write.
You can write.
So I can. So the only speak 5 times a day is
Yeah.
the exact same one as the first one. but I can also speak 5 times a day.
I guess.
That's what you're saying.
Because the first one, you can speak as much as you want. You just have to write everything down.
Oh, so it's when you speak, you have to
yeah.
write.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my fault.
No, that's my fault.
Okay. Oh, you've changed it. Did you just change it just now?
No. I don't think I explained it well enough.
No. I didn't understand the. No, it's my fault.
No, it's my
I
fault.
studied
I'm so
philosophy.
sorry.
I should understand the logical implications.
Thank
of the,
you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's
I'll
your
take
fault.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I think now that you've reminded me what my job is,
Mm-hmm.
I think I do have to take you can only speak 5 times a day.
Yeah,
one.
so
that
that
way
you
I
don't
c-
have to
so I
write
can-
down your
so I
entire
can-
set.
Yeah, while I'm performing it, yeah. But that would be interesting. That'd make an interesting show, I think.
I think it would make a boring show. Personally.
You're right. You're right. The person just...
Hang on, guys. Sorry.
Yeah,
Just catching up.
the person's just typing as they speak. A
you
little
gotta keep writing, "Hang on,
stenographer on
guys."
stage.
Great answer. Okay. The next game is Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Oh boy.
I know, it's saucy. I know. I feel like I should censor myself for even saying the words, but here we go. Okay.
Usher,
No.
Michael Richards,
No.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay, go on.
No,
Those
no,
three.
no,
No. You wanted to.
Okay, well, kill Martin Luther King Jr.
Crazy.
No, give me your
Okay, well, as you are a Taskmaster alumni,
yes, thank you.
Fuck, Marry, Kill, UK head of Taskmaster, the Taskmaster, Greg Davis,
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand's Jeremy Wells,
wow. Oh,
and Australia's Tom Gleeson.
Oh, that's really, really hard. That's really tough because Jeremy Wells is a friend of mine. I really like Jeremy.
Yeah.
Um,
You can marry him if you want.
yeah, that's true. And Tom Gleeson, I think, is very talented. I think he's such a funny stand-up. I've met him once or twice, I think.
Do you have his number?
No,
Damn.
but if you can get it for me,
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
get it for you. Yeah.
I'm sure if I tried hard enough, I could get it.
I'm sure you
actually.
could.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know the right people.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And then Greg Davies, he's, I like him. It's nice that the UK have tried their own version of Taskmaster. It's very, a little derivative, I think. It's a shame they don't come up with their own ideas.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They never do.
Well, look, I don't know Greg at all.
Okay.
So does that mean I should kill him or have relations with him?
I don't know your style.
I think, look, I know Jeremy, so I think I'm going to have to marry Jeremy.
Okay, that's nice.
I think I'm going to have to kill Greg Davies,
Yep.
and I think I'll have to spend one tender night with Mr. Gleeson.
Rub his little head.
Yeah, that's right.
Lovely. That's a great
Yeah,
answer.
thank you. He's a very funny man.
He is. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's king of Australian comedy. for
Yes, yes.
decades now.
Yes. You know who I admire a lot
Who?
is Hughesy. David
yeah.
Hughes. I think
Heard of him?
yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I maybe this is rude to say, but I do think there's some corners of the internet who maybe because he's so easily caricatured. There are some. I think there are some people, some corners of the internet that do not give him the credit he is due.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing random shows in bars and stuff, lineup shows, and he will drop in
Yeah.
and do a set, and he's
Yeah.
like still practicing.
He's working.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
working, and that's why I saw him at the gala. Last week, and he crushed. He was so funny, and
Yeah.
I think it's very easy for people to achieve that level of success, and when they're a comedian, to stop gigging, and your stand-up starts to go when that happens.
Totally.
Because stand-up is a muscle, and you need to keep
Yeah.
exercising to stay funny. You can't just write a set and just hope it works.
Yeah.
And Hughesy is out there working
Yeah.
just every day, and it shows. And yeah, I think
It does. And
yeah.
he's also still so humble and nice.
Yes, yeah.
And supportive of peers and like everything. It's
100%.
It's very impressive. I do think that Australian celebrities, for the most part, are pretty good at that, and I think it's kind of the fault, or we can kind of thank tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know, so we're like, no, I'm just a little piece. Everyone's a little worm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you see people. I remember I had Ben Lee, musician Ben Lee, on the
I
pod.
know. Well, I've heard his music.
You have.
Yes.
Who hasn't?
Catch My
My
Yes.
Disease, exactly. I saw him in the street. I'd met him before at a job, like interviewed him, but I saw him on the street like
You
the day
interviewed-
before.
You interviewed him for it. He was applying for a job.
He was applying for an internship, actually. Yeah. No, it was a magazine.
He's gonna set up this. He's gonna set up.
God, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Get fly
Love to-
Bentley
love
to
to get
Melbourne
Bentley.
to
Working for me.
put up the curtain. Well, not the
I'm gonna get
sheets,
so many defamation lawsuits
the
after
fairy
this.
lights.
No. But I saw him the day before we had met. I saw him just like walking around Sydney,
Yeah.
and I was just like slightly not like watching him for long or anything, but like I was just observing a little of how people respond to seeing someone that they recognize
Yeah.
and stuff, and it's so chill.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
In Australia, it's just like
Yes.
that's it.
I get that sometimes when you walk
Yeah.
by people and you can hear them say, "That was that comedian." Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And then one time in New Zealand, I had a woman come up to me,
Mm-hmm.
and she started talking to me about a holiday in Levin, a town like I haven't been to it for years.
Yeah.
And she was like, "How's Michelle and Ben going?" I'm like, "Who are these people?" And I was like, "Oh, they're good. I'm just having dinner with my friends now." And she was like, "Oh, okay," and left. And I think she recognized me, but didn't place me in the right part of her brain.
Oh, totally,
And thought her and I
totally.
had gone on holiday together. And and
That's cute.
it is nice, but it put me in a very awkward position. And the other thing is, and I've spoken about it with other people, but like sometimes people will recognize you,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, "Oh, you've got a familiar face,"
Uh-huh.
and if you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm on TV." Sometimes there are people who go, "No, I don't watch TV." And you're like, "Okay, well, you said you recognize me, all right?"
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't bring it up.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I just say I've got one of those faces.
That's so funny. Anyone who recognizes me knows that they like where they know me from.
social media and stuff.
Or YouTube and that sort of thing. Podcasts, but it's like, they rarely know my name. Sometimes they know my name, but it's never the how do I know you? But I get that. I walked past someone in Fitzroy the other day,
Oh, congrats.
and thank you. I was slowing down because I was like, I used to live in Melbourne, right? And
Ooh.
I know. I was like, I know that guy. How do I know him? Was it from when I lived here? Was it blah, blah? Running through my head, kept walking, like, I was slow, I was looking too much. He probably noticed. And then I walked back past him, and then I was like, it's TikTok. It's almost certainly TikTok. Or he's Troy Sivan, which is a name I keep hearing. And I think that's maybe a person who's too famous to be this person. I think it's TikTok. It's very confusing.
Yes.
I would never go up to him and say, hey, wait, what?
How do I know you? Yeah.
Are we friends?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Parasocial relationship manifested.
Totally.
We're besties, aren't we?
I'm pretty sure. Wait, do we live together? I had a lot of housemates. Oh, never know. All right. Next sleepover game.
Oh, yes.
We got more.
Cool.
We got more. This is called Bend or Snap.
Okay, from Legally Blonde.
Yes.
The musical.
The phrase, the phrase "bend or snap" is from Legally Blonde. The game is not.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, it's basically a game where I say, if your friend did this, would your friendship bend? You going to be flexible about it, or is it over? Do you
Oh,
snap?
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Now, I would also like to ask you: is it true that you changed your first name?
Changed?
Have a stage name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm willing to admit it.
Okay.
here on the
That's right. I won't dox you.
friend. Well, look, I'll tell you what, it's on Wikipedia. So
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It was one humble reason and one arrogant reason.
Yeah.
When I first started doing comedy, I was like, I hated my day job, and I was like, if I want to do comedy, and then the reason why I'm doing it is so I can become a full-time comedian.
Of course.
But I was worried I'd be bad at it, and so I was like, I can't go by my current name,
Yeah.
or else my friends might be like, oh, that's you on the lineup,
Yeah. Yeah.
and be like, what are you doing? What's going on?
very
and I
smart.
don't want them to come see me. I have people who invite their friends to their very first gigs and stuff. I guess I admire the confidence, but you seem absolutely insane to me.
I know.
'Cause I was so deep into. I loved comedy, and I was like, and I knew enough about comedy to know when I first do it, I'm probably going to be bad. And in my head, I was like, I'm probably going to be bad for a year. I was like, I'd planned to be terrible.
Oh, of
you know.
course, of course.
And so I didn't want. Yeah, I got to change my name so that way people can't track me.
That's very smart.
And then the other thing is there was an actor in America who already went by Matt O'Leary.
Oh,
Which, of course,
course.
we all know him from Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost
of course,
Dreams.
of course.
Mum's Got a Date with a Vampire. Some of the many classic films we've all watched. And
There's
it's a
too
thing
much crossover.
Yeah, and it's a thing. I think he might. No, it's another guy. It's not like obviously those aren't. He's not George Clooney.
Yeah.
But he was famous enough that I was like, if we have the same name, no one will ever be able to find me by Googling me.
Yeah, you're
if-
thinking about SEO.
Yes, I was already trying to optimize.
Smart.
Yes, and actually also, sorry to go back to names and being recognised. I think it was last night, or was it the night before? I was in a sushi shop and a man saw me and he said, "Oh, how's it going, Mr. Davies?" Or I think he said, "How's comedy going, Mr. Davies?" And I was like, "You're so confident. You clearly know I'm a comedian."
Yeah.
And he eschewed my first
Yeah.
name and went straight for the last name. He got it so wrong.
That's so funny. My God.
Ugh.
People are crazy out
Yeah.
here.
Bananas.
Bananas.
I admire the confidence.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do. It
Yeah.
takes a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, good on 'em.
Now let's bend or snap.
Okay. Well, with all of that in mind,
Yes.
the man of many names,
Yeah.
would you bend or snap if your friend couldn't pronounce your name?
Pronounce my name. Oh, my very first gig.
Yeah.
My very first gig ever. I remember the MC. He said to me, he asked me how to pronounce my name or
Yeah.
whatever, or did I want to be introduced in a particular way?
Yeah.
I think was it. And I said, "Oh no, just make sure you say my last name," because I had a joke about my last name
Yeah, right.
at the time.
Yeah.
And then he
Of
went on
course.
stage and he said, "This is my very first non-open mic gig.
Yeah.
My very first, spot.
Yeah.
And so I said, please pronounce, make sure to say my last name." And he's like, yeah. And he went on stage and he said, "All right, give it up for your next act, Roy O'Leary."
Fuck.
Which
He was focusing too
yes,
hard.
Yes, and that was my first non-open mic gig, and it was a bringer gig, so I had to bring my friends.
Oh, shit.
And I think that was their favourite part of the night. Was
Of course.
when I got called Roy.
So it was, I don't know, were you friends with the MC? Was it over?
No, I actually didn't like him.
Okay, that's a
I
snap.
don't- oh, yeah, I
That's
didn't like-
fucking done.
Yeah, I didn't like. Not there was another reason I didn't like him, but but yeah, that was a snap to me. But I think,
Because your name's very easy to pronounce. That's kind of what I...
but also not slur, but I mumble naturally, and so a lot of people like Ryan or Roy. There's enough names around it that people will call me the wrong thing. But I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not fussed. I don't mind.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not precious about it. It would be odd if they could just never get it right.
That's
or
what I'm
just- or
saying.
never learn.
It says a lot about their mental abilities. What?
No, I won't say anyway.
Oh
But okay, yeah. Based on my interaction with this MC, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely there'd be a limit to how close you could, in theory, get with this person because
Yeah.
it'd just be impossible to be friend. Like, there's no way you could have someone who you're actually close with who kept getting your name wrong, because then you'd be close with them. Look, snap. Well, that's
Snap.
the bad one, right? Yeah, snap
Yeah,
your neck.
snap. Well, I think you've answered the next two.
Oh, really?
Bend or snap if they can't remember your name?
If they can't remember my name, well, how much power do they have, and how much
Oh,
celebrity status
great,
do they have?
great question.
You know.
That's, I mean, heaps.
Heaps.
Let's say
really
heaps.
heaps.
Yeah.
Because of
You're leaving room? Yeah.
because of someone high up, Mike Goldstein never.
Yes,
100
yes.
with Andy Lee. You kidding me?
I know, he's a star.
Yeah, no, he's like, we get together last night. He no, yeah, he's great.
He's great.
Good friend of mine. He, can't remember. It's just a thing of like, the nature of friendship is such that
Yeah,
you logically could not actually be friends if they could never remember your name.
yeah.
you know, that's an acquaintanceship as best.
Absolutely.
So I think I think
Absolutely.
they just like logically cannot be my friend. So I think it's a snap. Yeah,
It's a snap.
snap's
Very
the neck.
logical man. Yeah. No, that's fair. There's a guy who forgot my name. I think I told him about 50 times,
Oh really?
and he's not got any power or anything. But at first it was like, okay, I'd met you when I came down to Sydney before I moved, so that's fine. And then it was just like, he just smokes a lot of weed.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
every gig we were on together. Hi, like introduce it. Oh, sorry, it wasn't just forgetting my name.
Oh,
It was forgetting me. And it drove me crazy. But it took like 50 times before I started just laughing in his face.
Oh,
I was like, this is crazy, dude.
here's something bad that I did. So now I'm going to take the side of your enemy. Where
Oh, good
I
God.
did an open mic, and I met a guy, and and then I can't remember how. Maybe it was a couple of weeks later. I went and did the same open mic, and that guy was there again, and I introduced myself to him,
Yeah.
and he was like, we met last time.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know exactly. And then I was like, oh yeah, haha. And then I went back a third time.
No.
And the guy was there, and I introduced myself again, but this time he thought it was a gag. And I
Good.
thought I was doing
Oh,
a bit.
thank
and
God.
so now I have this.
Oh.
Now he's someone who I actually don't have to remember.
That's awesome.
And then what's the annoying thing is the fact that now we have a bit about it. Is like,
Yes.
that's what's going to make me remember him.
Yes.
And it's so frustrating. But
That's so funny.
yeah.
Look, it happens.
Yeah,
I
it
get
does
it. You just gotta. I play a good game of, hi.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, comedy is a terrible job for it because you meet so many people and often one-off. You know, you meet techs,
Yeah.
you meet bar staff,
Yeah.
and I do try. You know, I met a security guard the other night. You know, and
Yeah.
you meet other comedians
Yeah.
sometimes once or twice. And if you don't makeup artists, I meet, and these are people who, you know, I'll then go a year or several months without
Yep.
seeing. You know, and
Yep.
you know, and
It's crazy.
yes, and you can't. I don't know. I feel guilty because you forget their names, but I think it's defensible that I have
I
forgotten.
think so. It's
Yeah.
just so many people.
Yes,
it's
yes.
just so many. Your brain can only hold so much
Yes,
space, right?
yes, yes.
Mine can. It's because it's smaller because I'm a girl.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, most of it's
Dumb
water
girl
weight,
brain.
and, but it's not like it's not like working in an office where you know you have the luxury of seeing the same.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you do have a lot of names to remember, it's still consistent.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's the same 20, 25,
Yeah.
1,000, you know, whatever,
1,000.
1,000 people. Yeah.
Have you ever been in an office? He's no idea how it works. For a man in a suit, you know nothing about business.
You know, yeah, you know, and there's KPMG, and there's probably about 1 million people in that office.
Yeah, and they all
Yeah.
share one
They
floor.
all share one floor. They all share one floor. Yeah, you know the 7-Eleven. There's probably 1,000 people. 1,000
Okay,
people
all
out
right.
back.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's true.
Yeah.
We're going to play one more game.
Yes.
It's
I
truth or...
insist.
What, you insist?
Yeah, it's-
All right, wonderful.
Is it truth or dare?
It's truth or
I
dare.
dare you to play this game with me.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna.
Okay. all right.
Okay. Truth or dare?
Yes.
Which one?
Do I have to?
You have to pick.
Oh, I see. Can I? Okay, I'm going to pick truth, so that
Okay.
way I don't have to do anything.
That's a very safe, smart call.
Yeah.
I don't think you could have done the dare anyway.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. All right, truth. Is your hair so big because it's full of secrets?
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
my
Yeah.
Oh my God, I knew it. What
I-
are they?
Pardon? No. Well, there's secrets. I don't want. I don't want my hair to shrink,
Oh,
become
great
weak
point, yeah.
like Samson. But I know many things. I know there's things
I
that
believe you.
make your world spin.
Wow. Oh
what
my
what was
God.
the deal?
To message Tom Gleeson and ask for another spot on the Australian Taskmaster and also call him daddy in it. I don't
Oh,
know.
no, I could. I wouldn't be able to do that, but I could have messaged the producer of Australian
That would have
Taskmaster.
been pretty funny
So
too.
someone who's higher up and actually has more sway over,
Oh, yeah, that makes
over the
sense.
casting
I just thought it
decision.
would have been more humiliating to ask Tom Gleeson, you know?
No, it'd be more humiliating to message this guy for certain. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It'd be much more career damaging to message a sort of a boss of mine and call him daddy.
Jesus Christ. Well, lucky you didn't pick it because
Yeah,
it
thank God.
would have been mandatory by law.
Yes, absolutely.
You say
yeah.
yes to dare,
Yeah.
you have to do the dare.
Yes, 100%. Yes, I respect the rules of the blanket fort that you got Ben Lee to set up.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me,
Oh, it's
Chloe.
been a pleasure. Can you tell everyone where to find you and what you're doing?
Yes, all my social media handles are at Ray O'Leary Comedy. I'm on Instagram. I think there's a TikTok account. And I'm at the moment I'm touring Australia and New Zealand. So in the middle of a Melbourne run, going to Sydney, going to Brisbane, going to Auckland, going to Wellington, going to Christchurch, Adelaide.
God.
Going all over. Please go check it out if you're near there. And I'll be touring those places until the end of time. So so if you're watching this, if you're listening to this next year, thinking about the Olympics or Donald Trump, you can you can still, I'll still be on tour. This is my life now.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where can
Thank
they
you.
find you?
Oh, just here, just in the fort, just doing my thing. No, if you're in Melbourne and you haven't seen my show yet, you'll probably, when this comes out, have two or three more shows.
I'm not sure. Don't look to me. I can't. You're on your own.
Yeah, come and see me. But otherwise, I love you all and thank you for listening.
Thank you. The feeling's not mutual.